Honorable Speaker, in the last about 3 weeks, the people of Uganda have been raising several questions about this people-centered parliament. Questions about how we use or even misuse the people's taxpayer money. Questions to do with accountability by this House. Questions to do with recruitment, etc., etc. And the people have been raising these issues on various fora. There has been deafening silence from this institution, Right Honorable Speaker, regarding the issues which are raised by the people.
I want to debate in anticipation matters of the media are not. We agreed as this House that we should have evidence-based debates. And that's what we are saying. Bring evidence, lay on table, and after you've laid any evidence on table, then we debate on it. That's number 2. Number three, and I need authenticated. Number 3, the leader of opposition, Right Honorable Jokel wrote a letter to me on the same issues and asked that we should discuss the issues in the commission. I replied, we will have the commission meeting and we'll discuss those things and come with a solution and report back on the findings from the commission. We are going to have a commission meeting.
Today we actually are hosting Jokel Okello, the city lawyer in Soroti City here, popularly known as the Mabirizi of Teso. Here today, I want to know from him concerning a case whereby he took the Attorney General to court concerning the issue of the right Speaker of Parliament, Honorable Anita, where there are allegations concerning the corruption following the recent Parliament exhibition. Honorable Joel actually tasked the Speaker of Parliament to actually explain some of the corruption allegations happening in Parliament. So today, we basically want to know from him. He has actually came out boldly to actually take the Attorney General to court over this issue. Instead of taking Honorable Senyo, you want to know from him.
So as we speak right now, I filed a case yesterday on 27th of March at High Court Civil Division, Kampala, whereby I've requested the court to put some orders prohibiting the respondents' agents, like 1, discussing the matters of the speakers on social media. Then also I want at least an order of mandamus also to be passed, prohibiting them or compelling them from using wrong procedures, and by it compelling them from doing that, they will therefore have to use the right procedures, and the right procedures are the Auditor General and the IGG. So those who may be or those who are aware of this may assume maybe my action is wrong. Of course, I know not all people are interested or rather understanding my action. But my action on this matter, ladies and gentlemen, is to protect the office of the Speaker. It is not, what you must understand is, it's not only Anita Mong who's going to be in that position. When Anita Mong leaves, another person will come there. So I don't want the same conviction to be there. At least I want, by the time Anita Mong leaves the position, let the next person come and find when there is proper or rather total sanity in the same position. I've never eaten even a single coin from the Honorable Right Speaker of the Parliament of Uganda. Not even a single coin. And I'm not doing this because I want money.
The issue of fighting me on social media. And then you say Anita resign and go where? Anita, those people who are saying I should resign, did they put me as members of parliament? My voters are here. And my president who supported me is supporting me.
Thank you very much for taking your initiative to come and get the whole history of my actions concerning the Speaker of Parliament of Uganda. It is really very interesting, and it shows that you really want to update the public on those issues. But then, before I break it down, I'd love to introduce my names first. So, listeners outside there, by names, I'm called Okello Joshua. I'm sure most of you have been watching me in interviews concerning other matters, not basically these ones that the journalist is asking me today about. So, well, what I would say is the chronology of the history of this matter is that it is on record that the leader of opposition, Joel Senyonyi, through social media platforms, tasked the Speaker of Parliament of Uganda to respond to the corruptions or allegations of Parliament if the institutions is to live to its vision of being people-centered, as she has always claimed. So it is what basically caused my concern, and of course, to me, I didn't say the leader of opposition was on wrong. Yes, usually anyone has a right to take an initiative or to investigate any issue concerning anyone who's a civil servant in the Republic of Uganda. We know very well that our constitution allows us that. If you're working, for instance, you the journalist, if you're working with the government, and I want to get some information pertaining, maybe okay, proper information pertaining pertaining you over what you're doing. I have the right, according to our constitution, to investigate over that. But then, my having a right does not mean I have to use the wrong procedure, because looking at this matter really, I know those ones who may not understand may say Mr. Okello Joshua is on wrong, because I know opposition has to be there always. Not everyone will support my idea. So those ones who are opposing may say Mr. Okello Joshua is on wrong, is supporting the Speaker of Parliament Uganda, but that is not the case. You know, anyone whom a man and a woman has produced always makes mistakes. We are human, yes, mistakes are there. Personally, I'm not 100% correct. As a human being, I have to make mistakes, and by virtue of me making mistakes does not mean that I'm 100% correct. But then, that's why we have other human beings there, because when I'm on wrong, others are meant to correct me. It's the same reason as why God created us with 2 legs and 2 hands. When you look at your right hand, it has 5 fingers, and when you look at the left hand one also, it has 5 fingers. The reason as why God did that is for one to do. The reason as why rather God did that is because one finger cannot do without the other. In other words, if one is cut, it means that the other one will take an obligation to help the other. So, in this case, my legal action is not because I support the speaker. That is one thing that you people must understand. Okay, I'm supporting the legal actions that were taken against her, but it's not because I'm biased. It's one thing that you people must understand, because when you look at where I come from Katakringariam County. That is where I come from. I don't come from Bukedia. Then, secondly, I'm not related to the speaker. But then, my action here is to protect her legal rights and to protect the rights of the position of the person of the speaker. Because one, when you post it on social media, it creates a very unprofessional manner, because this belittles the personality of the Speaker of Parliament of Uganda, especially by using social media platform. Yes, there are yet there are legal avenues for addressing or handling such matters as when they are raised. That's one thing that we must understand. Then, secondly, the tenor of numeration of the office of the speaker don't have to be discussed in the public eye, as this will injure and reduce the integrity of the office of the Speaker of Parliament of Uganda. That is one thing that we people must understand, because now there are other institutions that are meant to take activities or investigate such issues. Like, for instance, the IGG, the auditor generals, and maybe others that have not spoken in this interview. They're meant to do that. So, when we discuss this on social media, use wrong avenues, it creates contradiction. It creates contradiction, and at the end of the day, when you consider the person of the speaker or honorable right speaker, honorable Anita Mong, it creates psychological torture. As a human being, always, it is nature. It can create psychological distress to her. So, in my action, I was basically or strategically saying that let court use the right. I mean, let the respondent, rather, who's attorney general that I sued, take his obligation, because in this matter, you may ask me, why did I sue attorney general? Attorney general, what you must understand, is the legal advisor or legal representative of the government. So if any action or any legality is being or if anyone does anything illegally, or that person who's a civil servant or is an employee of the government does anything illegally, it therefore means that attorney general is responsible or liable for the acts of that person, because always it's clear that a master is always responsible for the acts of the agent. So what the leader of opposition spoke uh, is totally legal, and it means that the attorney general, who's the master or who's responsible for his actions, is supposed to make statements. I mean, he's supposed to make a response on what I've filed in court. So as we speak right now, I filed a case yesterday on 27th of March at High Court Civil Division, Kampala, whereby I've requested court to put some orders prohibiting the respondents' agents, like one, discussing the matters of the speakers on social media. Then also, I want at least an order of mandamus also to be passed, prohibiting them or compelling them from using wrong procedures, and by it compelling them from doing that, they will therefore have to use the right procedures, and the right procedures are the Auditor General and the IGG. So those who may be, or those who are aware of this, may assume maybe my action is wrong. Of course, I know not all people are interested, or rather understanding my action. But my action on this matter, ladies and gentlemen, is to protect the office of the speaker. It is not, what you must understand is, it's not only Anita Mong who's going to be in that position. When Anita Mong leaves, another person will come there. So I don't want the same conviction to be there. At least I want, by the time Anita Mong leaves the position, let the next person come and find when there is proper, or rather total sanity in the same position. Because what a majority are doing is, instead to criticize her, because instead of prosecuting her, they're persecuting her. You see, it's really very, very bad. It has never happened anywhere in history of Uganda, because it's my first time to hear about that. When Kadaga was there, I never heard about that. When Edward Sekandi was there, I never heard about that. But of course, I'm not saying that Anita Mong is corrupt. That is not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is, I've never seen such criticism going on through social media platforms, really. So it is really very bad, and it's dangerous. It worries the speaker. It makes her psychologically tortured. Even when she's moving, she gets worried. So it has never happened anywhere, and I condemn that. Yes.
Do you think there is any politics attached to this?
As far as my knowledge is concerned, what I know is it's witch hunt. It's political witch hunt, because if this was something proper, I would expect them to use the right procedure. So by virtue of them using the wrong procedure means that this is political. It is a political persecution. That is what I'm trying to say, and that is what is on the ground. Just because maybe the speaker has refused to take a political position that they wanted her to do, and she has instead taken her own direction. And on the other hand, also, I think is the issue of investments also, because recently I watched on news, the speaker invited the president of the Republic of Uganda to the school that she opened in Bukedia, and the president congratulated her about that. So, we, especially the Africans, are totally inflicted with a lot of jealousy. So I'm 100% sure that there's too much politics in this. That's what I can say as far as your question is concerned.
So apart from the politics, do you think there's anything close to tribalism here?
When it comes to tribalism, to my understanding, I don't think whether there is anything concerning tribalism in this issue. Reason being, there are so many different tribes that have always carried that position. Like when you look at the former speaker, the late Jacob Olanya, may his soul rest in peace. You'll find that he was Anacholi. Then before him, there was a Musoga there. So I would say there is no tribalism in this issue. But what I can say is there is a lot of politics in this matter. That's what I can say. So tribalism.
Several times you have been dubbed as the Mabirizi of Teso or Soroti City. You have actually previously had a case with Soroti City, but of recent you're jumping into a national case. Is there any money that you paid? Is there anyone behind you?
Well, that is a very excellent question. And ladies and gentlemen, what I would wish to make you understand, first of all, one is the case that I had against Soroti City Council and Attorney General of Uganda I mean, its ruling got done, whereby the ruling was passed in 2023, 2022, whereby I won the case. This should be put on record. I won the case, whereby upon winning the case, I went back to court again and I filed what we call a miscellaneous application for contempt of court, which was basically an importation from the civil procedure rules. Now, my action basically was in line with the contempt of the respondents for disobeying the orders of court, or rather the orders that the judge had passed in regard to the case. That's why I went back to court, whereby in that same application, my request was for the court to compel, or to rather to order the respondents to pay money for disobeying the orders that the honorable court had passed earlier on. So I got done with that case, and as we speak right now, even when I went for the contempt of court, or rather when I filed an application for contempt of court, we all filed. I mean, I filed the submissions rather, whereby after filing the submissions, of course, I went back to court, and as we speak right now, we are waiting for court to pass the ruling. Then, on the other hand, you're talking about Mabirizi. These are different issues. Then, two, we are different human beings. It's called Mabirizi, is called Mabirizi, and I'm called Okello Joshua. Mabirizi comes from wherever I don't know, and personally, I come from Katakwi, Mariam County. That's where originally I come from. I'm not a duplicate from there. I'm an original Engariamite. And in the future, if God maybe gives me a dream of even being a leader there, I'm very sure that the people of Ngariam would vote for me. So I'm not a duplicate of there. Mabirizi is a Muganda, I'm Okello Joshua. So we are two different human beings. Those are the differences. That's one thing I want you to I want to make you to understand.
What makes you actually move from the local cases to a national cases? Are you trying to show the public that you're the best lawyer?
That is very good. Now, I'm sure you have children. You see, when your child steals maize right now, you will definitely have to correct the child. And when the child goes to steal a goat or something which is more bigger than what you she had stolen earlier on before, it does not mean that you have to stop correcting. Now, first of all, we have a constitution of the 1995 Constitution of the Republic of Uganda, and it's very clear that we have to abide by the law, and we have to respect our constitution. So my doing this, it's not because I want to raise my profile, or it's because I want to create a difference in between me and other lawyers. But my doing this, it's because I want to bring in sanity. I want to bring in organization in between the people, in between the Ugandans, as an ardent believer of the rule of law in Uganda, because I've been following the rule of law, whereby always when I see anyone going against that, I have to protect. So I'm doing this because, one, I'm protecting the rights of the Honorable Speaker, Anita Moore, because what is really being done, it is really very terrible. I've never seen this happen in any other country. Yes, others may say maybe I'm related to Anita Moore. As I said earlier on, I come from Mariam. I'm not related to Anita Moore, neither do I even communicate to her. But I'm doing this because I'm protecting the rights of the Speaker of the Republic of Uganda. I'm not protecting Anita Mong, but I'm protecting the position of the Speaker of the Republic of Uganda. Just because I don't want the same thing to keep on going. So when I do this, I'm sure I'll set what we call in law precedence. That's what I'll do. Because on the other hand, also, what is happening is actually creating awareness to everyone, because the facts of the respondents' agents are creating awareness. The facts are speaking for themselves. That's why in law there's what we call the doctrine of reciproca, which simply means that it's a Latin word. It means that facts speak for themselves. So what is happening is not good. So what I'm doing is to bring the actions of the respondents agents to the proper line, so that the same legalities that not happen in the future, so that our children, our grandchildren, our great grandchildren can have a peaceful can have a peaceful country and get peaceful leadership. And also on the side of criticism, I'm trying to make sure that they don't face criticism as far as leadership is concerned.
Actually, earlier on, we asked about money, but to put it right, is anybody funding you to do this?
Well, you're asking whether anybody's funding me to do this. Ladies and gentlemen outside, or rather those ones who are watching me in this interview, for God's sake, this is what you must understand. I've never eaten even a single coin from the Honorable Right Speaker of the Parliament of Uganda, not even a single coin. And I'm not doing this because I want money. I'm doing this because I'm feeling bad over what is happening to her.
What if you're given the money? Won't you receive it?
What if I've given the money? Won't I receive it?
Yes,
Now, being given the money under what circumstance?
as appreciation for virtually
Because
coming
there's
out
a
board.
difference between being given money on appreciation and being given money as a bribe. So I don't know whether what circumstance are you trying to clarify that.
What if it's like for appreciation, apart from bribe, as a bribe, will you receive the money?
As per now, always God, I mean, a brain of a human being continues developing new ideas and new plans in a daily living. But as per now, unless maybe in the next day when I wake up and say, let me maybe give that appreciation. But for now, as I'm speaking, I'm holding too much grief in me, so I can say maybe I may not get that. Out of passion that I have for that position, out of passion that I have for our country, Uganda.
So what you're trying to say that right now you won't receive the money, but maybe when you wake
My
up tomorrow you'll
intention,
receive the
no,
money.
what you must understand is my intention here is not the money, but my intention is to bring the respondents, agents, to bring them online and make sure that they follow the proper procedures of this. Because I did not file this because I was after money. Because first of all, what you must understand is I don't have any relationship with the Speaker of the Parliament of Uganda, but I'm protecting her position. That's what I'm trying to do this. So the interest here is not money, and you're saying if you're being given money as an appreciation, will you receive the money? As I'm speaking right now, I'm having too much grief. I don't think whether that will be my interest as for now.
Do you think you'll win the case?
Of course, I have to win, because always before I go for a case, I have to research always. I don't lose cases, and that's one thing that I must assure the public. From the time I started handling public matters, I've never lost any case. I'm always a winner, and I'll always be a winner, and I'll never lose, because I have all the toolbox of winning all that. You know what is called a casualty in Kiswahili? There is always that spanner that has so many holes on it. So they are in different sizes. So those holes carry different obligations. So as you look at me, I have that spanner in my brain. So uh, by virtue of me holding it in my brain means it means that I have options. So if they respond and give maybe a challenge or maybe a preliminary objection that we call in law to what I've done against them, it does not mean I will not have a response. I mean, I will not have I will not have a solution to that. I have solutions in my brains, and I don't lose. That's one thing that I can tell you. I don't lose, so I will win even this case, and I'm very sure that the speaker, of course, right now the allegations are there, but I'm very sure that after that, the speaker herself is going to be happy with what I'm doing. That is what I can say. So I'm always a winner. That's what I can say.
All right, thank you so much. For those who are following us online, make sure you subscribe, leave down a comment in case you have any. And in case you're new to our YouTube channel, make sure you actually don't forget to click on the subscription bell or button so that each time we have any new video uploaded, you actually be the first to be notified.